Welcome to this week's men's soccer edition of the Rams Roundup. We're here with head coach Jim McElderry following the Rams' opening conference win against Salle. Coach, pretty much a dominant performance by your team, a 3-0 win where you had every facet of the game rolling. How did you see that game unfold from the bench?
You know, soccer's funny. I mean, a couple of days earlier, we really struggled at Lehigh, but I thought our guys had a good week of practice and just really were focused on doing the little things right and really trying to be positive and not worry about really picking up necessarily the 3 points, but just having a good performance. And I thought we did that from the beginning, scoring an early goal and then scoring right before halftime made a huge difference. But we had great performances from pretty much everybody all the way through.
You get all 3 goals from the Luber brothers. Their family was intended, so I got to believe they felt pretty good about performing well in front of their families. But the forward group as a whole, with Andy Penfold, Ryan Walsh, what have you seen out of them to change the dynamics of your team with the speed they have up front and their playmaking ability?
You know, one of the best things about Yannick and Janos is they are very team-oriented. You know, since they've arrived here, Yannick last year and Janos this year, they're all about the team. So they just want us to be successful. But you're right, you know, Janos gives us an ability to stretch opponents a little bit and forces them to respect, you know, balls in behind and just our forward threat. So they make everybody else better. But really, I thought from a guy like Ryan Walsh having 3 assists in the game and stepping up and having a big impact to our back four and our goalkeeper keeping a clean sheet, it was just a good performance all the way through.
You also got Lars Zimmerman back in the lineup, playing with Matt Lewis on that back line. How much more comfortable do you feel with those 2 guys in the center back right in front of Nuhu?
You know, I think we've had some success with a bunch of different combinations back there. So, but Lars is a really experienced player, does a great job organizing and communicating. So it's always good to have another player available for you.
This week you hit the road for 2 big road matches. You're at Davidson on Wednesday and then at Duquesne on Saturday, where you guys are on the road basically all week long. What's the mindset of the team to kind of keep them under control while being on the road for that long a period of time?
You know, our guys are real focused. You know, a lot of our downtime will be dealing with academics. As you know, all the kids here take school very seriously, so that's not really an issue. But it is a challenge. You know, it's a busy time this week, heading into midterms coming up. But for our guys, it's all about getting on the road, staying focused, and trying to have a good performance. So it gives us an advantage that we're, you know, together as a group. Sometimes being on the road helps sometimes because you're really all about the team and all about soccer, and you're spending a lot of time together. So I expect it to be a positive for us, but it certainly won't be easy, as Davidson's a very quality opponent, and as Duquesne last year, we had a great game with them, tying 1-1 at home. So we know they're both going to be very difficult.
Well, thanks so much for the time today, Jim, and best of luck this week.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be right back with our player interview with Ryan Walsh. Welcome back to this edition of the Rams Roundup, men's soccer edition. We're here with senior forward Ryan Walsh of the Fordham men's soccer team. Ryan, you guys come off a 3-0 win over LaSalle in your A-10 opener. Yourself, you have a career high 3 assists. How did you guys play so effectively against the Explorers, held them to very few chances, and came away with 3 goals?
I think really our main thing was our ability to pick up second balls, and from that being able to connect on passes in the final third, getting the ball out wide, and really just getting service into the box and missing out defenders really enabled us to get a few goals.
For the forward group as a whole, for yourself, Andy Penfold, Yannick, and Janos Luba, you guys have a lot of speed this year. How has that changed the dynamic of the offense this year because of that speed and what you guys can dictate up front?
I think it enabled us to get forward really quickly. It also is a big threat to the other team, so I think they're definitely always on their heels thinking that we're going to get in behind them, and we're just a constant threat. And I think being able to have those options in behind with speed is really key to our success.
Your team opens with that 3-0 win at LaSalle at home. Obviously very important to win that home opener in conference play. Now you hit the road for the next 2 games at Davidson and at Duquesne. You guys are on the road all week long. What does the team have to do to stay mentally prepared over that long stretch, especially those days off in between games?
I think definitely going in there with this win under our belt, just having that momentum and being able to stay focused while also, I know we're missing a lot of days of class and everything, just being able to not strictly focus on schoolwork, but also focus on the game when we need to. And I think really if everyone can do that, we could come out with with some points.
All right, well, thank you so much, Ryan, for the time, and we'll be right back with the Rams Roundup, Men's Soccer Edition, as the team will be looking forward to 2 road games this week against Davidson and Duquesne. That'll do it for this week's Men's Soccer Edition of the Rams Roundup. Special thanks to head coach Jim McElderry and Ryan Walsh for their time today. Fordham men's soccer team in action twice this week, both games on the road. They play at Davidson on Wednesday at 7 o'clock and then take on Duquesne at 7 o'clock on Saturday night. Both games will be broadcast live on the A10 Digital Network, and make sure to get all the live updates on the game at Fordham Soccer on Twitter. That'll do it for this edition of the Rams Roundup. My name is Scott Kwiatkowski, and we'll see you next week.